very, very happy that we are holding the Ascent Conclave in a virtual format this year. We've been holding Conclave for last many years, and it has evoked a very, very positive feedback from those who attended the Conclave. But this year, unfortunately, we can't have a physical format. So we decided to hold this in a virtual format. We also realized that virtually it's very difficult for individuals to be glued in to their iPad or their phone or their computer over a long period of time. So we concluded that it may be a better option for us to do this over 4 days in the evening. So our format is going to be from 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. every evening from 25th to 28th of November. And I must say that I'm very, very happy with our list of speakers and the topics. And I may add that they have been curated very well by the Ascent team. And I'm looking forward to an extremely exciting, informative, and a learning conclave this year. The positive side of holding a virtual conclave is that you can invite speakers who would normally not be able to come physically. So this year we have leveraged that opportunity by inviting the likes of Dr. Raghuram Rajan, who's based out of USA, Kiran Mazumdar Shaw, who's based out of Bangalore, and many other speakers who would not have been able to come here if we had held it in the physical form. Similarly, in terms of attendees, we have kept it open all over the world. And I'm happy to say that we've got a very good response, not only from India, not only from big cities in India, but smaller towns also, as well as many delegates registering from out of India. So all in all, I would say that virtual has given us an opportunity to reach out to more people and to more speakers. And considering the fact that it is an extremely interesting program, to your friends, family, to other entrepreneurs who will find this conclave extremely engaging, and it may be worth their while to register for this conclave. It's not yet too late to be registered. So please do register yourself to take advantage, not only yourself, but to your other friends, families, acquaintances, so that they can take advantage of the excellent program which we put forward. The theme of our conclave this year is rebuilding with grit. I like the word grit because this is something which is very, very relevant in today's context. I happened to read a book on this subject. The name of the book is The Grit, written by Angela Duckworth. And I was deeply influenced by this book. And I think the book mentions that grit is the never give up attitude we have as entrepreneurs. It is a combination of passion and perseverance. It is having a fierce resolve in everything that you do and demonstrating determination, resilience, and tenacity. You can grow grit from the outside, inside out, or from outside in. And you can do this through interacting with your parents, coaches, bosses, mentors, and friends. Developing your personal grit depends critically on other people. So we believe that through these next 4 days, we will enable you to improve your grit. We will share stories of individuals who have overcome serious setbacks and bounced back. And I'm sure with these personal examples, your grit levels would improve. Grit is very, very relevant in today's times because of pandemic. And I think all of us know that we are in a storm, but the boats we are in are different. So some people may be relatively better off compared to others who may be experiencing a higher degree of stress, anxiety, and business issues. So how can organizations cope up with this pandemic? And what is the role of leaders in this crisis? And I believe that the leadership role has changed because of the pandemic. I think most leaders have realized that it pays to be very authentic, to give a true and fair picture of what you're going through, what the organization is going through, and the likely impact of these changes on the stakeholders, whether it is employees or shareholders or associates or the society. So it's very, very important to communicate in an authentic manner to all your stakeholders of the likely implications of this crisis on their lives. And one has to do it in, as I said earlier, in a true and fair manner. In addition to authenticity, I think it's very important to show signs of caring and empathy, because we have not seen anything like this in our lifetime. And all of us are going through differing degrees of stress and anxiety. So it's very important that leaders exhibit this empathy and caring, not only to all the stakeholders, but to their families, to whoever they're getting exposed to. We have seen that in terms of employees, we've seen that it is a great opportunity for leaders to actually get into the families of employees, because most of them, especially in the lockdown days, were at home. So one can use that opportunity to actually reach out to the family members. And by doing that, the overall impact it would have on the family would be beneficial to the employee, because the family will understand what the organization stands for, what are the values of the organization, and what is the purpose of the organization. So, in case of Marico, my company, we took many, many initiatives, especially in the first 3, 4 months, in involving family and actually creating very exciting, very interesting programs, contests to involve the family. So, starting with things like cooking classes, to Zumba classes, to fitness events, teaching them hobbies on art, um, a whole host of initiatives, virtually new initiatives every 2, 3 days were being rolled out to the family members. And we saw amazing participation, not only from the employees, but also from their parents, the spouses, as well as the children. We saw that the overall need for nutrition was very, very crucial. And if you led a good, healthy lifestyle, whether the food you were eating or the fitness levels you had, it would actually act as some sort of a protection to the pandemic. So we started classes like yoga classes, fitness classes, because of mental health issues and anxiety and stress. We also had meditation classes. We taught people how to meditate and also how to do yoga, which is also very, very beneficial in the area of mental health issues. So all in all, I was very happy with the initiatives we undertook. We also had an initiative where we recognized our own members. We call our employees members whenever they did something extraordinary. So we had a Marico Recognized program wherein anything extraordinary done by any employee to meet this pandemic challenge was shared with all our organization members. And I think that also acted as a motivator to not only those who did something extraordinary, but to everybody else. And I must say that I must have seen, at least in the last 6 months, 100 to 200 emails recognizing individuals who played an extraordinary role to meet the challenges, the business challenges in terms of supply chain, in terms of sales, and whatever else the role demanded. In terms of associates, it's very important to keep them engaged and to tell them what is the impact this will have on their business. And if need be, also teach them issues about safety, issues about if they have liquidity problems, then, help them mitigate that problem from a short-term point of view. So one would have to involve key associates in terms of the likely impact of all this on their business. In terms of customers, this was a great opportunity to connect with customers, especially if you are in a B2C business. So in a business like Kaya, our skincare business, we started doing a lot of webinars on skincare And I think that played a very important role in terms of engaging our customers. And these were free webinars. We also started free consultation with our clients and non-clients in terms of what issues they were facing with their skin, and also recommending some set of products which could be useful to meet these skin issues. So this started off in a very, shall I say, in a non-transactional way. It was free advice given to people, free consultations. But after doing it for a few months, we realized that indeed there was an opportunity for us to convert this into a separate vertical as a business. So what we've done in the recent past, in the last 1 or 2 months, is that we are now offering e-consultation to people who are where we do not have centers in smaller towns where there may not be good dermatologists. So it's a great opportunity to actually increase business, do e-consultation, sell products, and wherever there are people where we have centers, then also to enroll them for our services. So what are the opportunities organizations can leverage? There are, of course, all of us feel that we are in a lot of problems, but I see the opposite side of that in terms of opportunities. And I see that huge opportunities have been thrown up because of pandemic. The way we are interacting, and today's conclave is a clear example through the digital route, is a great opportunity for organizations to leverage digital way of working. So working from home is something which we were not used to, but now we are very comfortable. I have not gone to office for last 7 months, and I'm wondering whether I can be like this for a longer period of time once things go back to normalcy. Of course, there are benefits of social interactions. I'm not discounting that, but many a times I will feel guilty now if I have to call somebody to my office for a half an hour meeting, and that person would waste in a city like Bombay maybe 1 hour in commuting. So what am I doing? I'm actually making it far more difficult for that person to come here. It takes much more energy, time, and also unnecessary expense of commuting. So I see that increasingly the fact that we've all got used to this habit of doing virtual meetings means that a lot of our interactions in future will continue through this route, especially shorter meeting, especially meeting where people have been called for an interview from out of town just for a few hours. So I think that's one way to save costs and also to save time. In terms of working from home, depending on the kind of business one is in, one sees an opportunity of actually locating people not in big cities, but in smaller towns where there is connectivity, so that the cost of staying in those towns compared to big cities is much, much lower. And that will help organizations to reduce overall cost of talent, because the availability of talent in these small towns is at a much, much lower cost, because the cost of staying is much, much lower, whether it's the rentals or the overall cost of schooling or any other areas which impact the cost. So I would say that organizations will look at this, depending again on the kind of business they are in, to shift some of the people to smaller rural areas to improve their cost structure. We've seen new geopolitical realignments happening because of the crisis, and the biggest impact it has had is wherever there is an interaction with any supply chain issues with China, because many organizations and many countries have realized that over dependence on one country is not safe. So efforts are made by many organizations to spread their risk from China to other countries, and we've seen countries like Vietnam, Bangladesh, Indonesia leveraging that opportunity. And I hope that the Indian government comes out with far more aggressive policies to leverage this opportunity. Irrespective of that, I also see an opportunity where any Indian entrepreneurs is able to offer something which is being made in China at a very attractive price point or a similar price point, to actually to get this business from shifted from China to India. So that's a great area of opportunity going forward. So what do we see in terms of trends which are likely to come in the future? Many of these trends have happened in the past or started in the past, but now they are getting accelerated because of pandemic. Um, when there was a lockdown, we saw that we were breathing much more fresher air, and people have realized that environment is very, very critical to their health. So, what should we be doing to improve the quality of air we breathe? And that throws a whole host of opportunities for all of us. Starting from the fact that we can have air purifiers at home, we should go towards more cleaner energy generation, whether it's wind, solar, or whatever else. If there is a pollution, then how do we protect our skin? So can we launch a range of skincare products which mitigate the effect of pollution? Um, can we move increasingly toward electrical vehicles which do not cause any pollution? Even eating non-vegetarian food adds to environmental stress. So I see a big shift also towards vegetarian food. The fact that this pandemic has emerged out of wildlife eaten in China also means that people will be far more sensitive to eat more of safer vegetarian food, and the trend will shift towards vegetarian as well as vegan kind of foods going forward. We are seeing that the alternate meats part, whether it's made from any vegetables, whether it's peas or soybean, that whole industry is thriving, and I see a huge opportunity in alternate proteins going forward. Earlier, we never used to wash our hands as regularly as we were supposed to wash because that's very hygienic. So hygiene has got a big thrust because of pandemic, and we will see that individuals will go on washing hands more frequently than in the past. We've seen increased usage of sanitizers, disinfectants. In Marico, we saw an opportunity when the pandemic happened to give a product which was helping uh, the housewife to clean vegetables and fruits. So we came out with a product under the brand name of Veggie Clean, and that removes all the not only the dirt but the viruses. And within a short period of time, in the month, we launched this product. So opportunities like this have emerged. Many more opportunities have emerged because of the pandemic. I also see opportunities in terms of touch-free shopping, touch-free coffee, because people are scared. So we will see that increasingly more and more usage of robotics, not only because it is touch-free, but also because it is easy to use. So I think robotics technology also is going to play a very, very important role. Very briefly, I've covered health earlier, but health is going to be very, very crucial. So healthy foods, weight, which is also one of the causes of cardio diabetic issues, is going to be very, very crucial. So people are going to be far more weight conscious, and many of our preventive diseases can be tackled through better lifestyle. So whether it is better weight through exercising or eating healthy foods, if we take care of that on our own, I can see that there are great opportunities for these businesses, and that will ensure that our lifestyle improves and our incidence of diabetes, and we are the largest diabetic population in the world, would improve dramatically if we improved our lifestyle. In terms of mental health, the trend which had started a few years back has got accelerated dramatically because all of us are facing stress coming in from different angles, whether it is a business stress or stress of staying at home, or the fear of contracting pandemic, or the stress because the children are also not able to go to school, you're not able to exercise, you're not allowed to go out. Now things have eased out, but all this is uh, added to our stress, and I think we are living in last few months, we are living in a very highly stressed environment. And if we can proactively deal with this by looking at things like meditation, how to ensure that we do mental health, we take mental health proactively, do yoga, and if at all, if we need some help, then can we actually go to a mental health professional or a help call line where we can actually discuss our issues and try and address them by sharing our issues with other people. Staying at home also means that there is going to be more and more opportunities for other equipments, whether it is air conditioners or whatever is going to make our life easier, robotics cleaning machines. We've seen that the overall demand for home games have improved. So again, a whole host of opportunity have emerged because of staying at home. We've seen that in terms of e-learning, the valuations of companies like Byju's have just shot up dramatically. And we've seen many other players coming into play to offer solutions in the area of e-learning. E-commerce is something which in FMCG, the overall contribution of e-commerce prior to pandemic was in the range of 1 or 2%, and now it is double, treble, depending on the kind of products you are offering. So that's a new area of opportunity for FMCG products, because e-commerce offers products at in a very, shall I say, transparent pricing mechanism. Offers products where if you're not happy with the products, you can return the products, and also the convenience of not going out and buying the product. So e-commerce has caught on much more, and the trend will continue going forward. Coming to Indian economy, it's a situation where some businesses are doing well. They say it's a K-shaped behavior. Some sectors like FMCG, pharma, telecom are doing extremely well, and they are on the upper side of K. Some other sectors have got badly impacted, like hospitality, hotels, restaurants, and they are on the bottom side. But I'm seeing that as things are getting back to normal, even the hospitality, hotels, restaurants have started showing signs of improvement. In our Kaya business, which also involves physical touch, people have to go to the centers. We have seen that I think individuals are coming back to our centers. Of course, we are exercising great caution in terms of getting our people tested, wearing PPE equipment, masks and all that. And we've seen that as the confidence increases, our businesses increased. For the quarter of July to September, we did about 75% of our normal turnover. And this quarter, we expect the turnover to go 85 to 90%. So things are getting back to normal, and which is a very, very good sign. Even airlines, the overall capacity utilization is increasing. So I see that this sectors which have not done well, they will recover over a period of time. Finally, just as I come to end, the technology is going to play a very, very important role in India in terms of giving fillip to sectors like agriculture, education, healthcare. So I see great opportunities in terms of leveraging newer technologies to make a big impact in these sectors. Where we are today, hopefully we will not go through a second wave as Europe and USA is going through. But most importantly, if that has to happen, we have to lead a disciplined lifestyle. We have to do physical distancing. We have to wear masks and stay disciplined. They say never waste a crisis, and this is a big, big crisis. There have been huge learnings, there have been huge insights, and also many opportunities, as I've said earlier. And we should leverage on these opportunities. Many of the trends have got accelerated. Many innovations have happened. So there is always a positive side to a crisis, and that's why I said never waste a crisis. And now that we are coming almost to a close to the crisis in the next 6 months or maximum 1 year, we should look at the positive side of this crisis. All I can say is this too will pass. Look at the positives and wish you all the best. Thank you.